Risen from the ashes to school the masses. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Scholars of Wrestling Show. I am your man behind the microphone, as always, Scholar Jeff. To my right this time is Scholar Tarek. What's up, sir?
Fool. What episode are we on? I don't know anymore.
I think we're on 125, I believe.
I don't know.
Do we count 125 as a milestone?
No. I say we should, Scholar Brian, to my left.
Hi.
Yes, we should. After thinking about it, isn't every single episode a milestone in our hearts?
Yes,
I won't say it like that, but it is a milestone because we're still here.
Very special episode of Scholars of Wrestling.
And let's face it, it is a supercharged, jam-packed edition because holy shit, this week.
Yes, this week.
The brand is off to a very interesting start.
Oh heck yeah!
One of them is.
Oh well.
The second.
I'm still gonna say it's an interesting idea.
Interesting choices.
Well, you know what?
On that second brand.
You know what? We're gonna all get into that in due time. But let's kick off the week with the show with how it kicked off the week. WWE Battleground. I really like this show.
It was actually, looking back at all the past Battleground pay-per-views, this actually is the best one.
Yeah. That's not probably saying much.
It's not saying much.
Yeah.
In my opinion,
but it's honestly also the best show this year.
Let's put it. I wouldn't go that far, but
excluding NXT main roster.
No, I'm still not going that far, but
I believe so.
In Battleground, for Battleground, I will agree. This is the best Battleground because Battleground's pretty much never been good.
Well, you know what?
So every match that I wanted to delivered. Every match that I thought was going to be crap turned out to be crap. So
we got a lot to talk about this week. So let's run down some of the highlights from Battleground just to see where this lies in the whole scheme of things of shows this year, or just on its own merits. The one big match I was really looking forward to was the Wyatt Family versus New Day match, and given how strong that New Day have looked, I was really pleased to see the Wyatt Family go over. They kind of needed it.
And not even go over. Like, I'm going to bring a Roman Reigns term in here. The New Day made the Wyatt Family look strong.
Oh, yes,
very, very strong. And that's what they've been doing the whole time. The Wyatt Family lost Braun Strowman.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but if you want to make him look strong, that was the best way to do it. In the ring, maybe a minute at a time, just pounding and beating on guys.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and also you had the continuation and the finale of the Bray Wyatt Xavier Woods saga.
Mm-hmm.
Xavier Woods overcoming his fear and still losing in the end.
I will say this. Xavier Woods was the real highlight of this match.
Oh, yeah.
This just shows that he needs to be in the ring a lot more. Seriously.
Yeah, his wrestling was good, but the character interaction, that's what he's got down pat.
This was definitely a beautiful storytelling match.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And the right team won. And now everybody can move on to what's coming next.
I will say this, though. You said, the Wyatt Family lost Braun Strowman. I won't go fully with that yet because what happened on Raw... I guess I'll just say, when Braun Strowman showed up on Raw, he still had his Wyatt Family logo on his pant leg, so he's still affiliated with as a member of the Wyatt Family. They're just on different shows.
Yeah, they're separate, but they're
still one unit.
Yes.
The Wyatt Family, I'm gonna go there right now. The Wyatt Family is now a lethal dose of poison, which kind of leads to
infiltrating both brands.
Which kind of leaves a little, throw in a quick Scholar's Quick Talk since I really didn't have anything else this week.
Mm-hmm.
Will the Wyatt Family be getting new members?
I do not think so. I think Luke Harper, when he comes back, he goes to SmackDown. You get the original Wyatt Family with the Beast of the team on the other side, because
Wyatt's on every show. That's how you do it.
You don't really need... The only thing possibly could want from the Wyatt family now is the appearance of Sister Abigail.
And I'm not even sure if I want that.
You get a diva or a woman's wrestler to join the squad, and that's it. That's all that's really needed. Wanted in my case at least. So you have the whole kit and caboodle because when Harper comes back, you can have the Rowan and Harper tag team. You have Strowman on Raw. You have the leader on SmackDown for singles titles or whatever, and then you have a woman for the women's title. Imagine if I don't want Strowman to be Universal Champion ever, but imagine if every Wyatt had a title of some kind at the same time. You bring in a woman holds the woman's title. Wyatt family has all the gold.
You know what I want to see? If assuming they do get a female Wyatt family member, no matter who it is, I want to see her come out to the ring on Braun Strowman's shoulders, just holding all the belts. That would be the sickest thing ever.
The only real thing I really look at when it comes to quote unquote expanding the Wyatt family, especially first, let's start with Luke Harper. I actually see him going to Raw to accompany Braun Strowman.
If they don't
and have them be their own faction of the one big stable,
and maybe have Harper and Strowman go for the tag team.
Mm-hmm.
Go for the tag team.
Because seriously, just looking at what they're doing with Strowman taking down local competitors, which was hilarious, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Chinless McChinless.
We actually got local talent that did the job they were meant to do. He was scared shitless.
Yes, he was.
Strowman.
And really looking at it, and I kind of want to see additional members. I want it, the whole purpose of Bray Wyatt, he's a cult leader, and I would like to see just someone, or tag team, whatever, just somebody, all of a sudden just look at what Bray Wyatt represents and be like, I want to follow that. Kind of lead it, have him be, as I said, the Vince McMahon quote, a lethal dose of poison. And the only way for that poison to get stronger is if it expands.
And you know what? Now that the roster has split and the Wyatt family are running as a pack no matter everywhere they go, this would be the ideal opportunity to do that. Because really, all they need is, all they really need to do is just bring Luke Harper back, and then if they want to keep Bray on his own, and while they have at least a tag team on every single show, then. Yeah, I guess then you could go ahead and bring in maybe not a Sister Abigail, but a female Wyatt member. At least 2 Wyatts on every single show.
Exactly.
Easy. Minimum. But anyway, we'll get to all that later. In the meantime, we also got on WWE Battleground.
Oh yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah. See, we want to jump ahead already. But again, we won't stay long, but we do need to talk about this match. Sami Zayn defeating Kevin Owens in what I easily thought was match of the night.
WWE match of the year. Not including NXT. I count NXT separately. WWE Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn Battleground. As of right now, WWE's match of the year.
I have 2 other contenders. This one definitely is a match of the year candidate, but it won't be my number 1. Now I have, including this match, I have 3. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Sami Zayn. Actually, really thinking about it, it's funny because Sami Zayn is in 3 match of the year candidates for me.
That's my legit match of the year, counting everything.
Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn Battleground. That's number 2, and my number 3 is the Intercontinental Championship Fatal 4-Way with Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Cesaro, and The Miz. Those are right now my toss-up.
Okay,
I do see where you're coming from. Yeah, I do see where you're coming from.
My all-around match of the year is Nakamura versus Zayn, but WWE wise, there's no doubt in my mind. If we're just going WWE, not counting NXT or anything like that, this was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to the term "fight forever," they're the perfect example. Like
they really will be fighting forever at the rate they're going.
And just from what it looks like, they can add new stuff to these matches.
Oh yeah,
and
definitely.
It just showed their unpredictability. That's why I love these two so much. It was such a great match. But yes, hands down, match of the night, a potential match of the year candidate.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
What more else can you say? Really,
I got nothing else.
I loved
was just
the
a great match.
brainbuster spot on the apron. Loved it.
Ooh,
and
yeah.
Just like just the selling.
I actually rewatched that match.
Everything.
Oh my god! I keep rewinding that particular spot.
I was watching with a couple casual fans, okay, who don't understand how awesome these guys are in ROH and all that, and they were getting tired of the feud. Okay, I was like, I will show you why you should never get tired of this feud. Watch this match. They were talking at the beginning of it. They weren't paying attention to the screen. Because the match did start off kind of slow, but you build up.
Every match does.
But you build up, and as soon as they started hitting the high spots, the casuals got back into it, and
there it is.
And it's this is a feud that could and should go on forever.
Yeah, and thankfully, with an ending like that, they can pull, and anytime these two encounter each other, they can just drop everything and just start punching each other.
It's like end it for now.
I love the punching.
End it for now, but when there's nothing for either, but when creative ultimately runs out of ideas for both of them, because the day will come.
Unfortunately,
runs out of ideas. You have ready made.
God damn it!
Right here.
As I said it last week, but because of technical difficulties, we couldn't air the episode. Iron Man match. I want these two to fight in an Iron Man match.
Again, right now, they did enough with them right now. Slow burn the rest of the way. They got their whole careers ahead of them. They're set. They're made men.
Iron Man.
I am Iron Man. It'll happen. Don't worry about it.
That was totally off. that wasn't even right at one word. I am Iron Man.
Well, that's also because I wasn't going with the Ozzy Osbourne version. I was also going with the Saturday morning cartoon version of Iron Man.
You still failed.
How do you know?
You still failed.
You can't just say that and have it.
You failed!
I did not! Anyway.
You failed! Honor!
You know who didn't fail? Enzo Amore.
No, not at all. He hit that out of the park. Best pro...
Wow,
it beats
Enzo.
It
my boy.
Finally, something has beat R-Truth's Pigeons promo. In my head.
Wow.
Hell, even though his last was it the Go Home show when Cena was standing? It's like, I don't even know what you guys are talking about. The one promo they had, the one that actually had the whole Luke Gallows like. Without ugly people in the world, there can't be beautiful people. Thank you, Luke Gallows, for the sacrifice.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
That promo was amazing. That promo alone beat R-Truth's Pigeon promo out of the water. And then this one blew that promo out of the water.
I will always remember Enzo Amore and his life advice promo.
Damn.
And when And Big Cass didn't pick up the slack. Really, he did. That was not a bad promo. Cass is hit and miss on the mic, but at Battleground it was a hit all around.
Yeah,
and
really.
John Cena just laughing his ass off and raising hands and
bowing to them. He's like, yeah,
to them.
It's like you are amazing. He's like, yeah,
it's
right.
like okay.
I agree with the meme Gene Okerlund. Give Enzo his own show.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I think all eyes are on Enzo right now. And really, as far as Big Cass, when your biggest flaw is just not being Enzo Amore, I think you're generally speaking in pretty good shape.
Yeah, because if he called AJ Styles a soccer mom, and it worked. It works. It does.
That was Pele kick. Anybody?
Exactly.
And then seeing the pictures of AJ Styles as a soccer mom, standing in front of a minivan with Anderson and Gallows as two little kids standing right next to him.
It was glorious.
It was weird, man. I was like...
It was weird, but...
My immediate was... Because it showed up like 15 minutes after the match started, and I'm just like, damn, that was fast. That didn't take long at all. My God.
And then, of course, you have the internet people. You have the little marks who were pissed off that John Cena pinned AJ Styles. I was like, yeah... John Cena in this match was always going to pin AJ Styles, so you get the one-on-one final match at SummerSlam. John Cena needed to beat AJ Styles for that to work,
and there you go.
And really, it's not like he won a one-on-one match clean. It was a 6-man tag.
It was a 6-man.
It was all over the place.
They did.
Everyone had their highlight marked in this match.
And it's not like John Cena buried him. He ducked under a phenomenal elbow. He ducked under and just came back with an attitude adjustment.
Not just an attitude adjustment off the top rope.
So it's like,
you kind of it's like, I don't see anyone coming out of that.
Yeah. So it's like, shut up, fanboys.
Unless it's Roman Reigns.
Not every loss is a burial.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry. Actually,
not every John Cena.
Okay, pre
Roman Reigns,
wellness policy violation Roman Reigns.
Yeah, because now he's losing to everybody,
including Dean Ambrose. Yes, Dean Ambrose defeated Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins.
You can't prove it.
Triple threat.
You can't prove it.
What? I'm sorry. What can't he prove?
Yes, I can.
The prediction show isn't on YouTube. He can't prove it.
Oh, come on, we were all there. Okay, for the uninitiated.
Oh, just take the loss, man.
Last week we attempted to record our predictions, and we did we turned a Shield triple threat into a bit of a Scholars triple threat. Where
I even had an idea for the thumbnail for that one. It would just be us on each member. I would be on Dean Ambrose. You would be on Seth Rollins. He would be on Reigns.
Tarek took Dean Ambrose.
I picked
Brian took Seth Rollins, and me, just to be completely contrarian, I took Roman Reigns because, let's face it, we didn't know how this was going to play out yet, and the possibility was still alive.
To the shock and awe of the other scholars, Scholar Jeff picked Roman Reigns to win. Willingly.
It was a complete shock. We were jaws to the ground, speechless. I had Scholar's quick talk. I didn't remember him because I was just like, what?
But you know what? It made viewing the actual match a lot more interesting, though, didn't it?
Especially,
not you actually doing Roman Reigns taunting while he was coming out. That one just made me feel uncomfortable.
No,
it made me feel uncomfortable too.
When Roman Reigns hit that spear
worth it
on Seth Rollins and went for the pin, I was like, "No, fuck you, Jeff, fuck you, no!"
I love you too, Brian.
And then Dean Ambrose comes running in, and I'm like, "All right, I ain't mad. There were two options here that would have worked, and Dean Ambrose works for me." I just thought that there was no way that the WWE was going to have the WWE title not on the flagship show. But Dean Ambrose won, and that always gives me a happy. Dean Ambrose winning makes me a happy boy.
That's a happy scholar.
Yeah. And the match itself wasn't bad. It was pretty damn good.
It was a very
and
good
not
match.
For nothing, all silly prediction games amongst ourselves aside.
Hey, I still won.
Yes, we all know you won.
I can't take that aside. I took that glory.
I know,
and I will cherish it.
But anyway,
hell, when it came to the prediction show, I take out minus the Darren Intercontinental Championship match because really everyone lost that one. Because my God, that match was.
That's why we're not talking about it.
That was the worst match. It made me an angry scholar.
I have a quote from my casual fan friends about the Rusev Ryder match with Zack Ryder. You're no longer gonna say woo woo woo. You're gonna say ooh ooh ooh, because Rusev broke him in half.
He turned him into a pretzel. That's what he did. But yeah, and anyway, I don't even want to talk about the Intercontinental Championship match because it breaks my heart.
Just to finish a point here, all even without the silly prediction games, I was still legitimately surprised that Dean Ambrose walked away from a big match like this, and he still has the title.
I'm not.
I mean, I really didn't expect them to keep on going with Dean Ambrose like this, even though I'm immensely glad that they did, because I love Dean Ambrose.
I honestly thought, because they had him defend the title twice in the lead-up to the match during the week, and he came out on top on SmackDown, I was like, okay, that's his glory. They're going to take the title from him.
Exactly.
At Battleground. I'm happy that they didn't do it. Am I happy with where they're going? We'll talk about that in a bit.
Yes.
But, yeah,
Any closing thoughts on the Shield triple threat?
I'm very happy that Dean won. I knew that they were going to pull what they did with the original brand split and try and keep SmackDown eligible is a good word. Is that keep it at a like? Oh yeah, this is important too. So let's bring the viable. Thank you. So let's bring the big belt to SmackDown to help make them more viable.
Right. So why don't we just jump
Plus,
right
I
into...
love Dean Ambrose.
Right. So why don't we just jump right into... Well, okay, before we do that. Facial hair ratings. I'm going to give this a 3 out of 5 standard goatee. Just because, even though there was quite a lot to like in this show, we just covered all the highlights here. There was still a whole bunch of areas, like you just described with the Intercontinental title match, that just really seemed to drag and didn't seem to go anywhere.
Yeah, I concur. I'm going to go classic goatee. Basically because of what he said. Yeah, the only great match was Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens. Everything else, the 3 other matches that we talked about were good, okay, and the rest of it was so-so, and I didn't like that they only brought Bayley in for a one-off. I didn't like if you're gonna debut her. That was not the place to do it if it's only gonna be a one-off. So I didn't like that. That match was good. That match was good. Serviceable women's match. Mm-hmm. And then you had Becky and Natalya was short, and more Becky on my screens, and the 2 title matches didn't really matter, and that pisses me off. So there was one great, some good, and there was a lot to actually about this show. So for the great and the good, it gets a classic goatee.
Right on.
Well,
cool.
I actually enjoyed this event a lot more than you guys did. The only downside was the Intercontinental Championship match, for obvious reasons, because they gave us a big middle finger ending like that. And no one really wants to see Bob Backlund strip. Or, in this case, fail at stripping.
Yeah,
my God, he couldn't even get... I know he had those little overalls, but my God. Just, it's not hard to take off a shirt. Hulk Hogan would be very disappointed in you.
And when did he lose the tooth? Seriously.
Yeah, exactly.
I was thinking that, but I was like, I don't know.
The ending was just so goddamn confusing because no one hit The Miz, and the ref wasn't doing a 10 count, and all of a sudden Darren Young puts him in the crossface chicken wing, and then all of a sudden, ding, 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 double disqualification. So, what the hell? So
why is it a disqualification?
It was a double disqualification.
Why?
Well, I don't know.
Why?
I think it was actually a ref error.
No, it was officially announced a double disqualification.
Yeah, I know they were sort of rolling with it, but I think someone online said that they were going for like a throwback of the ending to another Bob Backlund match, but I'm not 100%.
Don't call it a double DQ. Call it a no contest.
It wasn't. It wasn't meant to be a double DQ in that context. It was supposed to be a step for something else, but I don't even.
Yeah,
know.
I would have called it a no contest instead of a double DQ. Double DQ makes no sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Moving on. I actually really like the United States Championship match, mainly because I like to see Zack Ryder get bald.
I like the ending. I was like, he's broken in half. Yeah. Jesus.
I liked both Divas matches. There were no problem with me. They were good storytelling. I knew that Natty was going to win because they're pulling Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn with those two, and I'm actually okay with that because it keeps them...
As am I.
It keeps them actually legit relevant, thank you. I don't know why I keep brain farting these words. And even the pre-show, I was very happy that they had Breezango win.
So Breezango is growing on me.
I've always been a fan of Tyler Breeze. I'm just glad he's doing something.
Because last month was stupid, but this
now you're now building legit tag teams. And I would like to see, not in the near future, but in the future, Breezango win the tag team championship.
I would love that.
Because even when they were with doing that whole stupid angle with R-Truth and Goldust, I'm like, they're gonna join together. These two guys fit well as a tag team. I've even said it on the show. I want these guys to be a tag team. And wouldn't you know, minus the name, I'm not a huge fan of the name Breezango. I actually kind of wish it would be something different. But I like that they're merging their theme songs together because their theme songs actually fit perfectly together.
They actually do. It's weird.
And their characters work.
And they're
too.
Because they're the same. They're pretty much the same character. Yeah. Pretty boys.
It's like, how did you not figure this out sooner?
Exactly. I love it. I really love it. And yeah, I was happy with other wrestling matches except the Intercontinental Championship. That was the only down. And for me, it was the Intercontinental Championship, and you know how much I have a hard-on for the IC title.
Right.
I'm going to give it a full beard, 4.
All right. After hearing all that, yeah, that's definitely valid. But anyway, let's get back into the rest of the meat and potatoes of what happened this week.
Meat and potatoes.
Yes. All new Raw, all new SmackDown. First we got Raw. We open up, and it turns out we've got a number 1 contendership for the new Raw title, the Universal title.
Quick question. Once they announced it as the Universal title, did you guys picture the title with minions on it?
No.
Or like the Mummy, or some Doctor or Marvel characters that they have at Universal Studios.
Okay, now I see where you're going with this.
Or do you see in the center? It's nothing but the Universal logo.
In the center. In the center, it's just a picture of a dinosaur head. What the fuck, man? How high were you?
It's understandable where they're coming from with the whole WWE universe.
But even so, it didn't even feel like that. It felt like, you've got the world title. Well, I've got the Universal title. Also, my dad can beat up your dad, so there, man.
I'm just like, the Universal title? That sounds like a toy.
It did.
It does sound like a toy.
It sounds like a toy. It sounds like something a child would come up with.
I swear to God, why didn't they just bring back the big gold belt? Especially now they put World Heavyweight title back on the WWE World Heavyweight Championship.
You changed the SmackDown Live title to the WWE title. You bring that back, and you keep the World Heavyweight title for Raw.
I was really hoping
it's not that hard.
I was really hoping for that big gold belt.
Yeah.
Well, you know what?
Hey,
I've got my own thoughts. You can still get
that big gold belt because maybe
I look at it every night at home.
Maybe the Universal title's just got to be the big gold belt. You never know.
Well, you know what? I've got my own thoughts about that, but we'll get into that in the other time. I'm just glad the matches leading up to this number 1 contender series were as damn good as they were, especially with the performance of Finn freaking Balor. Wow.
Finn Balor was man of the night.
He really was.
For that show.
Yeah. And Finn Balor beat Roman Reigns clean.
He pinned Rusev, the United States champion. He pinned Rusev, the United States champion, and now he just pinned Vince's top dog.
Former top dog.
Now, let's face it. Let's face it, okay?
He's still Vince's top dog.
Let's face it. Okay, this is just another punishment tour for Roman Reigns. I think that if the suspension doesn't happen, Finn Balor doesn't win. But the suspension does. But the suspension did happen, and now we're getting greatness at SummerSlam.
Damn right we are.
I want to see the Demon win the title.
Oh, that would be glorious.
How about that making a huge impact for SummerSlam?
I want to see it,
and that's exactly why I think it's going to happen.
I want to see it. I don't see it happening.
You can't see it. He can see it. I'm still flipping that coin. I flipped that coin. Yeah. I'm still waiting for it to land.
Well,
it's still up there.
We still have a lot of time before SummerSlam, and we're going to be talking about this again. We can't not. There you go.
I just can't wait to see how they build it up before
each fatal 4-way match was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if you want to build a guy up, this was exactly the way to do it. Raw was fantastic.
It really was. It really was. It actually was one of the best Raws.
Like
in a long while.
I normally get very bored and start to fall asleep.
I did.
Honestly, so do I.
I was wide awake.
Mm-hmm.
I was when it was Finn Balor versus Roman Reigns. I was like, I think I see what Roman Reigns is going to win. Come on, and then he goes, and then he hits,
nope,
and then he hits. And then he hits the coup de grace, and I'm like, he's got to kick out. Come on, it's Roman Reigns. You can't. And then he didn't kick out, and I was like, what?
Roman Reigns didn't kick out. Finn Balor turned to you. He knew what you were thinking, Brian. He was just like, LOL, nope.
Yeah. And then it kind of took away from me the importance of the celebration when they cut away. I don't like the interviews.
I honestly love
them. I don't like when you give Roman Reigns interview time after the match. Sasha Banks, that was great and all that, but Roman Reigns, I feel like for Finn Balor,
it took attention away. Yeah,
it took away from Finn Balor. Do I give a shit what Roman Reigns says? Of course, Finn Balor's gonna fight him again.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, whether he's champion at SummerSlam or not. Okay, of course Finn Balor's gonna go up against Roman Reigns again. I don't need Roman Reigns to tell me that. Get out of the ring. Get away from ringside. Give me a good 7 minutes of just straight Finn Balor.
It was only because it was Roman Reigns that he got the interview.
No,
honestly, how often do you see the loser getting interviewed at the end?
I've seen it a couple times in the last.
Yeah, but not as much as the winners. That's the point I'm trying. Yes, they do. They do. Losers do get interviewed every once in a while, but not as frequently as the winners.
Honestly, the way I see that is, the winners are usually a little bit more healthier. Meanwhile, the losers just got beat down to hell and back. So most of them probably aren't going to be in kayfabe anyway.
And I did
energetic enough to say something.
I liked the confrontation before the match with Finn Balor and Roman Reigns, when Finn Balor was like, "Good luck," and Roman Reigns was like, "I'm Samoan. I don't need luck," and I'm like, "Shoot, shoot promo."
Well, actually, it was Finn that was just like. He's like, I don't need it. I'm British. Oh, I don't need it. I'm Samoan. I'm Irish. What is with me tonight? I'm just completely messing everything up.
It happens. We all have those nights.
Not as continuously as I do. This is my off night. British. He's not Wade Barrett. What am I thinking? Oh God.
Bare knuckle fighting in the streets.
Hell, I could just see Finn Balor coming in. Get me right, goddamn you! What the hell just happened? Did I just get slapped by Finn Balor?
Yes, sir. I think you did.
I just got slapped by Finn Balor. I just got slapped by Finn. No, I didn't. What am I doing?
We're having a silly night. That's what we're doing. But anyway, going back to what we were talking about, or what you guys brought up a moment ago, there was a certain point during the night when I took a call from my lovely, lovely girlfriend, and as I'm finishing up the call, I noticed my Twitter feed just exploding. I'm like, okay, something good must have happened. And then all of a sudden everyone's like, Sasha Banks, Sasha Banks, Sasha Banks. I'm like, no. I turn back on Raw. There's Sasha with the belt. Like, holy crap, she did it. I never expected this way, but it was like, yes, Sasha, new women's champion. Holy crap on a popsicle stick.
The match was great. The promo after the match was even better.
It was very emotional, yeah.
This was greatness all around. I really thought that they were going to hold this off until SummerSlam.
Well, apparently, from what I've been reading, it's because Charlotte's actually requesting some time off.
Oh, there it is.
For particular reasons they didn't say.
Oh, all right.
So, yeah, it's completely on. It's like,
but
why not? It's like, okay,
well,
here you go,
it's
Sasha.
the first.
You're in line anyway.
Well, it also makes sense in the fact that it's the first show of the new era, so you get a new champion, whoever it may be, and they chose the women's title this time, and we all knew that Sasha Banks was going to be the next one to get it.
Yeah, exactly. So,
and I
just happened sooner than we thought.
I loved the ending where Charlotte gets out of the bank statement and is like, "You will never ever beat me," and she runs and she runs at Sasha Banks, just completely whiffs and just gets put back in it again. And I was like, oh, yeah!
Was anyone else scared when when Sasha Banks kind of face planted?
When she did the Lita?
Yeah. She was another one that turned into a human pretzel. Because did you see? I was like, oh my god, you're just... Sasha, if you keep doing stupid shit like this, your career is getting shorter.
They need to cut down on that because Big E fucked up pretty badly at Battleground.
I'm surprised we didn't even talk about that. That was scary.
They need to cut down
suicide dives.
Like I hate saying it because I enjoy them so much, but so many people are screwing them up. Sami Zayn in the Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens match almost lands on his head and takes himself out.
I thought he landed on his shoulder.
Landed on his shoulder, but also like close enough to the head.
Sorry, Brian. Pull that asshole card again.
Yeah. But there's no room for error in those, and people are starting to fuck up. So it's like, cut it down. Only for special occasions. A lot of people are doing them every match. Big E does that move every match he's in.
And every time he does it, it looks like he's landing on his head.
Exactly. His career's going to end.
And this one from Battleground was actually the scariest.
Yeah, so these need to be cut down because, like, these are, like, your top dogs going right now. And the last thing you need is for them all to go out one by one because they screw up a suicide dive. And they're so easy to screw up.
Every time I think of a suicide dive screw up, I just think about that one that Chris Benoit did, and you see his back crashing into the table.
Yeah.
Oh my god. But yeah, be smart, wrestlers, male and female. Be smart.
Not every match needs a suicide dive. Okay.
Oh yes. But still, even so, we got so much out of Raw. Like this to me made Raw next week just must-see TV all around. Of course. Guaranteed.
So of course they're going to screw it up.
Hey, we'll see. We'll see.
WWE is not very good at keeping momentum.
Well, again, new era, etc., etc. Maybe something will change.
This reeked of a show booked by Triple H. And I loved every minute of it.
But you know what? I kept hearing reports that it was actually booked by Vince McMahon.
Yeah, I've been reading that too.
And that's when you go, huh?
It has to be Vince McMahon with Triple H as the little angel by his ear.
It was like
that I would buy.
New era, right?
I can't say there's a little demon because it was a great show.
Yeah, there you go. Anyway, that was Raw. We all know how great it is. Let's move on to SmackDown Live for a moment. The first of its kind so far.
It's not the first of its kind. There's been live SmackDowns.
I mean, in the new era.
Okay.
That entrance is weird. There's no ramp. It's just come on out, you're there. That's it.
Well, speaking of come on out, you're there. We got Rhino back.
What a fucking random
I will say.
come up.
I will say.
Heath Slater's promo was awesome.
Oh, Heath Slater's
I
promo
know.
was very good. It's too bad it's not really going to mean anything.
No. But I really wanted it to in that moment before they brought out Rhino.
All I can say is, what actually made me angry was the fact that you said we have a promo for American Alpha. And it's like, oh, you get American Alpha next week. And I was just like...
That was a tease.
I was like, oh. And then what do you get? Heath Slater saying he wants a job. And you guys know how I feel about Heath Slater. Don't get me wrong. His promo was really good. It's actually his best promo ever. And, yeah, then Shane's like, oh, you want a job? Well, fill in your resume. I was like, did you not pay attention? Even he pointed out, did you not pay attention to him for the past few years? But it's like, and then really just looking like, oh yeah, I did pay attention to the last few years. You suck, man. You lost to Lita.
And it's like the hottest free agent, Rhino.
Seriously? And then after that, it's Rhino. I'm like,
it's a sales pitch.
Hottest free agent? Weren't you running for political office a few months ago?
In your red suit?
Politics Rhino.
Politics Rhino and Politics K.
Apparently, he was going for a seat in Michigan, right?
Yeah, I think it was actually for a mayor or something, mayor of his town.
I don't know, but yeah,
I
just remember you showing us the picture of him and like with his hair slicked back and a yellow button-down shirt. That was funny.
Yellow. Oh.
And
bad choices.
Hey, at least we're getting Shelton Benjamin back.
Yes. We are.
Ain't no stopping me. As soon as I saw his as soon as I saw his video package, I was squealing like a little girl.
Are we getting Shelton Benjamin's mama?
No. We are not getting Shelton Benjamin's mama. Don't even bring her up again on this show. Absolutely not. I'd rather talk about somebody call my mama before talking about Shelton Benjamin's
call
mama.
My mama.
Hey. Never have Shelton Benjamin interact with Brodus Clay. That's all I got to say.
Oh dear.
Somebody call my mama.
Well,
and
it's a
Shelton
good thing.
Benjamin's like, you don't want me to call my mama. No, Shelton, we don't want you to call your mama.
It's a good thing Shelton Benjamin came to SmackDown and not TNA.
Didn't she, like, quote, die of a heart attack? I'm actually not joking. Didn't she like die? Well, didn't that Shelton Benjamin's mama character die?
I don't know, but I did look up this news story about Rhino running for office.
He lost.
No, it's he's running to become the state representative for his district in Dearborn, Michigan.
Okay.
And his suit was not red, it was mustard yellow.
I said yellow.
Yeah, I said red because I'm a moron.
Yeah, you didn't. Did you say red?
I said red.
Someone said red.
Yeah, I said yellow. I said yellow. Button
and then I remembered the picture because we brought it up at one show, and I was like, and I was like, mustard yellow, you moron! Bad choices.
I know you were thinking about hot dogs, but don't think about the ketchup. Can I trouble you for some ketchup?
Oh boy.
Okay, SmackDown Live.
So anyway, SmackDown Live. So we got Rhino returning. We got Shelton Benjamin returning.
Well, at least the announcement of him returning.
Yes. But we also got one more return that I was particularly excited by.
No, you weren't.
Yes,
I know who you're talking about. No, you weren't.
Yes, I was. Who am I talking about?
Okay, now I'm scared. Was it your favorite diva, Eva Marie?
You're damn right it was.
See, what did I see? I know this fool.
Okay.
You are such a liar, though.
What do you mean? Well, how am I a liar?
You do not like Eva Marie.
Oh no, I legitimately like what they're doing with her.
Okay.
Because they're doing the exact opposite of what they were doing with Roman Reigns. They're steering her into the heel turn when people already hate her, and then they're playing up to her strengths, which is, evil Jessica Rabbit. And I think it works spectacularly. I love this.
And she didn't speak once, which is always a plus.
Exactly.
That's it.
I'm going to pull the asshole card again. She teams up with Breezango.
But if they're all going to be heels, then that will be delightful.
I could be perfectly honest. Her entrance with the whole announcement thing just screams Breezango too.
And you know
Do
what?
it.
Yeah, do it.
Do it.
I love. It's like no, I can't. With my love for Breezango and my hatred for Eva Marie.
But if they're turning them heel,
they're already healed though.
So that's how they get people like you to start booing them. They attach Eva Marie. She goes.
I don't want to boo them though. Damn it.
You will boo.
Holy shit! I just threw the asshole card and I just went down with it.
Oh boy!
I got the effects of it too.
That and WWE is making me actually like Eva Marie now. What is going on with this world?
Oh my god!
And Alexa Bliss cut a pretty good. I like that promo.
Alexa Bliss cut a good 5-second promo before getting cut off by Carmella.
No, she got like.
Or was it? Did she get?
Alexa Bliss got the most promo time
Naomi.
out of everybody.
By Naomi, yeah.
Yeah, out of everybody, Alexa Bliss got the most promo time. She got more promo time than Becky Lynch, and that's when the promo started.
Yeah, first Becky, then Alexa, then Naomi, then Carmella, and then Miss All Red Everything.
Evil Jessica Rabbit, as you called her.
Yes.
Evil Jessica. Well,
we will not.
Come on, look at
We
her.
will
Am
not
I wrong?
invoke the name as to let Tarek's head explode. Okay.
It just sucks. It's like, oh great, we got. It's like the second Eva Marie showed up on SmackDown, I'm like, all right, I like Raw better right now. I really.
It was like Bayley and Alexa Bliss on the screen at the same time. I didn't know. I didn't know how to handle myself.
Did you say Bayley or Becky?
Bayley.
My bad, Becky.
Okay, that's why I was.
Am I the only one who hasn't botched anything yet?
You botched the beginning.
Okay, scratch that. I botched
We've
first.
all. This is like Botchamania, Scholars of Wrestling.
It really is. It really
But
is.
yeah, who the
I botched
Talking
first.
about botches, how about Mr. Ryder?
Oh
God.
Poor Zach.
He got turned into a pretzel so bad he forgot how to climb the top. He forgot how to stand on the top rope.
He forgot how to do a drop kick, and he forgot how to do an elbow drop.
Oh God, that was
that. You know what? We just talk about Zach. Let's talk about the match he was in first.
Yes.
There we go. With the whole build for
I'm just happy
number one
that-
contender for the WWE World Heavyweight
I'm
Championship.
just happy that they didn't go for the obvious Kane. The obvious choice in that match was Kane. I'm happy that they gave it to someone else, even if that's.
I picked Apollo Crews from the very beginning.
I'm happy that Apollo Crews did some good stuff in that match. He's a great wrestler. I just don't think he has the charisma yet.
Agreed. I think we're all in agreement there.
He has the charisma. He was just thrown into the main roster so early. He has like this endless power. I can't even say it. Like he has this uncontrollable charisma. He just doesn't know how to control it yet. And he was just like, you take that uncontrollable charisma and you go to the main roster and just look like a complete idiot.
Yeah. But if they keep doing what they're doing with him on SmackDown, he can build that up real quick and become someone that we don't shit on a weekly basis.
I will. The one thing I liked SmackDown, Raw was better in general. The one thing that I would have to say that what SmackDown needed to do, because the show had only 2 hours. And it was all mainly focusing on the world title match. Everything else was just kind of rushed aside and nothing else really happened other than the women's title match.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm trying to think of SmackDown. Did anything else happen other than Heath Slater wanting a contract and the women's title match?
Yeah, and just the whole number one contender match.
And
that's about it.
Honestly, with what they had for 2 hours, I would have honestly preferred this to go instead of just automatically naming a number one contender the first week. I would have liked to have seen them build this up and have
maybe do a tournament kind of thing.
Exactly.
Not really a tournament, even though my first initial plan was a tournament. But I liked the idea of the 6-pack challenge. Have this week be the qualifying matches. have them, instead of like naming the 6 people and one last person to tournament, which was weird. Like it honestly didn't really make sense. Why not have the entire SmackDown build around it making a number 1 contender, have their qualifying matches for the 6-pack challenge, and then have the actual challenge be next week's show. The only real problem I had with SmackDown is because since it has 2 hours, they have to rush everything. Raw was great because it had time to breathe. It had time to develop storylines. It had time to develop superstars that they want to develop. I just feel and they still had time to keep focus on the world title with the 2 4-man matches and the main event. That's why I feel SmackDown is in such a disadvantage, because it doesn't have that 3rd hour to flesh things out.
It doesn't have that 3rd hour, and unfortunately, it doesn't have the talent to.
I can't agree with that.
I feel that SmackDown doesn't have enough to warrant a 3rd hour. I did not like SmackDown. I liked the beginning. I liked the 6-pack challenge match at the end. The choice of Victor is a little weird, but but everything in the middle just felt off for me. I said I wasn't bored ever with Raw. Okay, the middle of SmackDown I was bored as hell.
Because I agree, SmackDown was boring. I wasn't gonna lie. I was even texting Charlie. I'm like, Raw is just not a very good show, because it's like I said, they need time to develop stuff, but they don't have the time, so you're just rushing through everything.
No, the problem for me with this show was that they spent so much time on the number 1 contender that even the Raw, they spent so much time with the number 1 contender that took a good hour of the show. Okay, but the other stuff that they had could have worked in there, and I thought that it was haphazard, and I don't agree with the choice of challenger.
Yeah, do we want to talk about that?
I just want to say before we get into that, they also wasted time with the Heath Slater, with how long it took for that Eva Marie entrance. That entrance took forever.
And I think that's kind of the point.
I hope that was
supposed to be ridiculously obnoxious.
I hope that was a one-time deal to be that long.
I don't think so,
because it took so much time away. And then there was Miz TV, with Miz interviewing himself, and then Randy Orton comes in and questions his manhood, and now we had a stupid impromptu match that
I thought Randy Orton hurt himself again, legitimately at the beginning.
Oh, so did I.
I thought that was like legit, because he was treating it like when he punched the mat and separated his shoulder.
I actually thought, when he punched and he had that expression like he was legit pissed. I'm like, oh my god, he really did just re-injure himself. But my other argument is, Randy Orton and Miz should not have had a match. They should have saved.
They already did that exact thing at Battleground with a more worthy adversary.
They pretty much, they didn't do the exact same thing, because Jericho and Randy Orton didn't have a match.
They didn't have a match, but they
should have saved Randy Orton. They should have saved his match for Brock Lesnar. Have him RKO Miz, take him out, and then the rest, he doesn't show up until SummerSlam, and we just get vignettes of him preparing to face Brock Lesnar.
Because you risk that. You risk what we thought happened at the beginning of the match. Mm-hmm. You want Randy Orton versus Brock Lesnar. It's probably going to be your main event of SummerSlam. Okay, you're going to risk that on a match with The Miz?
But yeah, that was my only. because of stupid shit like that, Raw dragged. They say it's the professional wrestling show, but it was just nothing more. It was just talking and talking and talking to the point where it was just so boring.
I'm gonna
until the main event.
I'm gonna pull the asshole card now. You've said Raw twice.
Did I say Raw?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, I'm just keeping the botches going. Okay, SmackDown.
Either way,
SmackDown. The only
I knew
reason
what
because
you
it
meant.
meant there was so much talking.
Either way,
and very little wrestling.
this is still only episode 1 of the new regime. Until episode 2 or 3, I personally cannot put too much stock in any of these shortcomings, or strengths for that matter, until you actually start to see some sort of pattern develop. But in the meantime, we still do have a number 1 contender in Dolph Ziggler, of all people. I did not
remember
see this coming.
2 weeks ago when I said only Shawn Michaels super kick can win a match? Hey, Dolph Ziggler proved me wrong.
Apparently, Dolph Ziggler is kind of inheriting the sweet chin music.
Jeez, and okay. Either they're doing something with Dolph Ziggler, or this is an enhancement title match for Dean Ambrose. And I don't think that enhancement title matches should be on SummerSlam.
And I don't think it's going to be that just for that purpose.
And it kind of feels like this is one of those, we've screwed you over for so long, we've kept you down, okay, thank you for not quitting, here's your title match on a big show.
And there you go.
I think Dolph Ziggler deserves it.
I agree. I just would have liked to see what makes sense for me. What made sense going into the match would be because the problem with Dolph Ziggler is that he's been jobbing so hard for the last 6 months. All of a sudden, he's the number 1 contender for your top title. I'm like
I wouldn't full on say jobbing. I just like helping advance younger talent.
He just got wrecked by the United States champion. Wrecked. And all of a sudden he's your number 1 contender, beating AJ Styles with a super kick.
The way I look at this, like when the result first happened, I was just like, holy shit, Dolph is the number 1 contender? I like this. This is Dolph Ziggler. Yes, he may have had a bad couple of months, like help putting over Baron Corbin, but this is also the same guy who has been around for how many years, putting on 5-star matches with the likes of Triple H, Daniel Bryan, John Cena, Chris Jericho, Edge, CM Punk. The list goes on. And I've seen that he is fully capable of talking on the mic, being a legit star, and I see this being him finally getting the opportunity to evolve his character to a point where he can be a new Shawn Michaels. I'm not saying he's the next Shawn Michaels, just another version of Shawn Michaels. I just don't like the idea of the evolving of the character being during a title match feud. I say evolve the character, turn him into the cocky heel. Maybe that's what they're going to do.
Turn him into the cocky heel Shawn Michaels and then give him the title shot.
And you know what? This is so early, it might still go that way.
What I'm saying is do the evolving of the character first and then give him the title shot. Don't give him the title shot and then evolve the character.
Getting the title shot is the starting point to him evolving into the main event star.
I just feel
we
like
still have an entire month.
Pretty much, yeah.
We still have an entire month to build the show, and we all know he's fully capable of standing mic skills with someone like Dean Ambrose.
I don't have a problem with the match itself. I just feel like it came out of nowhere. You knew that John Cena and AJ Styles weren't going to win. Okay, you knew that Baron Corbin and
Apollo Crews.
Apollo Crews weren't going to win. I think they're setting up something between Baron Corbin and Apollo Crews.
I saw that too.
I feel like the one that made sense. Okay, especially after the victory last night, or not last night at Battleground. I was like, give Bray Wyatt the shot.
That's partially what I was expecting.
Because it's like that to me is a SummerSlam worthy title match.
Agreed.
Okay. I know that we're gonna get a great match between Dolph Ziggler and Dean Ambrose. That is not my point here. I just feel like there should have been more build-up to a winning character. He's been losing since God knows.
Well, he did technically win against Rusev. Granted, it was a distraction from Zack Ryder, but it still counts as a win.
I mean, like, he's been losing feuds. He's been losing feuds for a year now. Give him a feud where he wins, and then give him the title shot. I'm like, it came out of nowhere. He beat Rusev, then he got wrecked by Rusev. He got squashed by Rusev, and now he's getting a title shot at SummerSlam? That's a little weird to me. Do I believe...
It is a little weird.
It's got to be a great match. Dolph Ziggler does deserve the title shot. I just don't think that it's SummerSlam ready. At this point in time.
At this point in time, you're absolutely right. I totally agree with you. But the fact of the matter is, we still have a whole month leading up to it, so that alone, just knowing what these guys are capable of and building it up, I can't help but be hopeful going into this.
I'm hopeful, but it feels like an enhancement title match.
I see what you're going through, but I'm not going to fully agree with you that with what he said. He was 100% agreeing with you. I'm not. Because yeah, he may have had several losses throughout his career, but he's also had big moments to a point where this could be it could be a good time for him.
I'm not saying throughout his career. I'm saying recently.
Mm-hmm.
That's my thing. Throughout his career, yes, he's had his ups, he's had his downs. Recently has been a major down. That's where I'm coming from. Throughout his career, yes, I agree with you. I agree with you that he deserves a title match. I just don't feel right now because recently he's just above a jobber.
I can't agree to that. I can't because
he lost 3 months in a row to Baron Corbin.
He's not he's helping putting Baron Corbin to be a legit talent, but it's not jobbing. It's just enhancing younger talent. It's a big difference.
I feel like he needed more wins in order for this to work for me, as right now.
And honestly, I hate to sound very boring and predictable here, but I can kind of see where both of you are coming from. As strange as much of a cop out as it might sound.
Damn right it is.
Well, yeah.
Well, you know what?
Because we're not there. We're not at SummerSlam yet.
If this was something else, if it was anyone else except for Jeff, they'd be the asshole and be like, "Fuck Dolph Ziggler, get him out."
There are plenty of people
that
are
like
and that's exactly what I'm talking about.
That is the most insulting thing because it's like, oh yeah, Dolph Ziggler, yeah, he doesn't deserve it. Screw Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah.
It's like he's put his dues. Throughout his entire career, he does deserve this. It's funny how people are saying, "Oh, give Dolph Ziggler a title shot. He's worth it. He gets a title shot." No way, it's too soon. Fuck Dolph Ziggler. He doesn't deserve to be there.
Well, then again, we're also
internet wrestling community.
Yeah, then again, we're also talking about a vocal minority here that they're going to nitpick and everything to hell and back. But anyway, we know that's not you, our listening audience, right now. So we actually
better not be.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
we're coming for you.
Yeah, you better not disagree with us, you stupid bastards. No, you're kidding. You have an opinion.
Be nice to the listeners.
Opinions are for the weak.
Then what the hell are we doing?
We are the weak.
We're weak.
It's like, Jesus, Brian, think.
So anyway,
Yeah, goop.
why don't you be goobs and why don't you be weak goobs with us and let us know what you think. Leave us a comment on this video. If you like what you hear, give us a little thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to hear more every single week. And of course, if you want more Scholars Amusement, you can also find us on Facebook under the page The Scholars of Wrestling Show. And of course, for live commentary and live tweets for just about every WWE show and more under the sun, you can also follow us on our Twitter machines. Our main account is ScholarsOW. Fool, where can they reach you at?
You can find me at the Avataric.
Mr. Brian, what do you got?
Atomic Beanpole.
Say that one more time, except like 1.5.
Atomic Beanpole.
Thank you, Sarcastic.
Add at the beginning of that.
And I'm
Asshole cardigan.
I'm Robbie Rage. All one word. I am Robbie Rage.
If you don't know how to use Twitter by now, you can fuck off. No, that's it.
Just kidding. We love you all. But anyway, wow. Yeesh. Wow, this has been quite a week and quite a show for that matter. Yikes. But anyway, if you listen long enough, I think it's safe to say you know who we are. We are the Scholars of Wrestling, and you have just been schooled. You're welcome. Let's see what happens next week.
Congratulations, Brian. You probably killed half of our fan base.
No.